Hi, everyone. I am Ashley Jean, and I I am starting a YouTube channel. I've actually wanted to for quite some time, and I've done, many of you have had readings with me, and you've gotten a private YouTube video from me. But I wanted to do an actual YouTube channel and talk to a more wide audience of you. I love every single one of you that follows my page. I'm so grateful for you, and I appreciate so much all the energy and your support. And several of you have encouraged me to do this, so here I am. But I'm excited, and it's going to be fun. I feel like there's been a couple of people in the community who used to do something similar to what I'm hoping to do, and then their lives changed and they quit doing it. I remember in the beginning. A couple of these people, I'd be like, oh, I really want to do that, but that niche is already filled, and doing deck reviews and unboxing things and whatnot. But I was like, yeah, but it's already filled. And then several key people in the community ended up not continuing with their channel. And I was like, yep, I think I think there is a place and it's something I want to do. And I feel like there is a need, I think, to really truly connect and communicate with someone almost in a more personal way. And it's kind of neat because you're here, you're in my kitchen, you're in my home, and I'm talking to you as if you were sitting at my kitchen table having a cup of tea or coffee. And I just love it. So I'm hoping to connect with more of you this way and speak a little more freely, because as much as I love writing and I love keeping up with the blogs and the readings that I do on the full and the new moon, I feel like being able to use my voice and speak will allow for even more to come through and, be able to connect with you in new and different dimensions and levels. So I'm excited. It'll be good. But yeah, my hope for this channel is to kind of create a sacred space in which I can give group readings. I'll usually try to pull a card or, just speak to the energies that are present currently, bring through like what I feel like is guidance for me that hopefully will be guidance for you, and just how I connect spiritually, how I connect with my guides, how I live my spiritual path. Um, a quick note about me: I'm a mom of a little guy with Down syndrome and autism both. I had no idea those could exist together until until he was born. So that's been a learning adventure and curve. Um, I remember thinking when he was born, I'm like, oh, Down syndrome. Okay, well, I guess then we won't be dealing with autism. And then a few years later, it's like, oh, well, that too. So, but it's an adventure. And I feel like, in a way, I credit him the most with guiding me into these magical places and these other worlds, these other spheres, these other dimensions, because he is so magical. He is a being that does not see the world the way so many of us do. He's not typical, and that's his gift, right? Um, he'll notice the beauty in nature when maybe I'm sitting there trying to rush to get to the next appointment or whatnot, and he's drawing my attention to a little dandelion, and blowing the seeds everywhere. And I'm like, you're right, make a wish. There's always time to make a wish. And yeah, he just guides me in so many profound ways, and I credit him for that. So, and I also credit, like, as far as my tarot heritage, I have been studying actually only since about 2015, but it feels so natural. I just fell into understanding tarot so easily. It feels like I've done it in a past life, most likely. But my beautiful teachers that have guided my steps have been Chelsea Smith, Lisa Boswell, and Raecine Ardis, among many others, just that I've learned from and studied with. And I know my brother, I think I was at a point, I was at a really tough point in 2000, I want to say 2014. I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to move, but it's just, I'm not sure if that's the right idea. And he's like, you should go get a tarot reading. He's like, he was a real estate agent at the time. And he's like, I know this wonderful gal that I just helped her get a house and readings, and you should go get a reading with her. And that was Chelsea Smith. And I ended up having a reading with her that totally confirmed what I was feeling, that we needed to move, that was the right time and the right place. And then I went on to study with her for a while too, privately, which was really wonderful. And then I've studied with Lisa and also with Raecine Ardis. So I would highly encourage you to check them out. There's so many wonderful people in the tarot community, and I love the community that it creates, that we all bond around cards and and looking at meanings and understanding, sometimes the future, sometimes the past, but more importantly, understanding ourselves. We're looking deep inside of our own hearts, and that's what tarot has been to me. It has been huge for helping me dissect and understand. I ended 2015 feeling fairly depressed. I was in a pretty hard spot. My son has always had sleeping issues. That's pretty common with Down syndrome, autism diagnosis, both. He still sleeps like a baby, and not in a good way. Still wakes every couple hours on a good night. So I would have a lot of hours where I was up in the middle of the night, and just it's so hard to keep going when not only are you sleep deprived, but you're spending so much of your time in the dark, right? And I started to come to tarot as a way to understand what was going on, or to understand and unravel these threads inside of myself, and to understand. And I started healing, and coming to a place of understanding of what the darkness could teach me, and how it could be a profound teacher, and it could hold me. And I grew so much, climbed out of the depression, and now I am a staunch supporter and lover of tarot. It's a magical tool for helping you find yourself. And it's fine to use it for looking at the future and looking at the past, and all the places in between, and our relationships, and all the places where we connect in life. But I think it also can be just such a powerful tool to help us dig deep into ourselves, to dig deep into our heart. So anyway, I hope this channel can help broaden your understanding of it, and just see how you can work with it in your own life, and how it can be so profound and so helpful. It can be a friend, I really feel that. So anyway, I was trying to think about like what deck I would use for the very first day. I will eventually get into maybe doing some reviews and unbox things, but I just thought for today, just to do a general reading. We're going through a lot of intensity right now. If you've been feeling like something's off, or just feeling like you don't understand what's going on, or if, even if your life has taken some turns in the last couple of weeks where you did not expect it and it's been difficult, I just want to send out tons of compassion and love for those of you who are going through some really, really difficult times. But whether you are or not, I think all of us can attest to the energy is very, very, very unique right now. And there is a heaviness to it. And I don't know how many of you will be familiar with astrology, but that is also one of my pet studies I love to look at, because I think it helps us. It gives us a paradigm outside of ourselves to reflect back and give us understanding of what's going on in our mundane lives. And right now, yesterday, we went through a lunar eclipse in Cancer, which is a deeply emotional eclipse. And eclipses are always profound for bringing changes and bringing sudden events that we don't expect. And then tomorrow is a ginormous event that hasn't happened in 500 years, is the Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn. And we have had Pluto-Saturn conjunctions, like we had one in 1982, but it was in a different sign. So the last time we had a Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn was around 1518 or so. But profound energy for change and structures being changed. And in my own experience, just seeing how we're realizing we can't go on like we have. I mean, look at the Australian wildfires, and the unrest in the Middle East. And there's just so many places where there's unrest, and there's a need for things to be different. We need to take care of our earth. We need to stop using plastic. We need to shift how we're doing things so that we can protect our earth. Our earth is what supports us. She's the one that takes care of us, and we need to take care of her in this moment. So you'll see the ripples of that. I mean, I always feel the earth is almost us, right? We are the earth. I mean, our bodies are made of earth. And when Mama Earth is hurting, we are too. And there will be some things in our lives. I don't think any of us will come out of this without some sort of shifting and changing. And, some of us will fall along the lines of things that we would term good or bad. To me, good and bad really, those are weaker terms. I feel like good can be what we desire and bad can be what we don't desire, right? So feeling like there will be some things in our lives that are desirable changes, and some things that we wish hadn't happened. But I think in the years to come, we'll start to see how those changes have really brought us to where we're supposed to be. And I can attest, I mean, the hardest things I have walked through in my life, I am the most grateful to now, because I see how they positioned me where I am now, that I wouldn't be strong enough to care for my son, that I wouldn't be able to read tarot, to be able to, speak to different people and have these connections that are so beautiful and profound without having walked through these very difficult things. So if you are going through something difficult, I know that's That sounds weak in the moment. It can almost sound like a platitude, but I hope you can feel the love that I have for you and the compassion and the care, and know that these things will work out to help you, to guide you on your path, and they will be the things that will point you in the direction that you actually do desire to go. We all have desires in our heart, and sometimes it takes some of these more difficult turnings to guide us in the direction we need. So I never would have thought, if someone had told me 20 years ago that having a son with Down syndrome and autism would be the most wonderful thing I could have ever imagined, because that would have sounded so scary. And yet he's an angel. He's the light of my life. So that's, I think it's just understanding that these things do come to help us at their very base. And so anyway, all that to say, if you're feeling a lot of energy, there's a lot going on. And it's, I think, more about just staying grounded, staying in yourself, and not fighting those feelings right now. Don't try to get to a better place. Just take a bath, just sit with it, take a walk, sit with it, and, watch a movie, just kind of, take care of yourself right now. That's going to be important. So anyway, I thought I'd draw a card from my Star Child Tarot. I've had this deck for almost since I got into tarot, the very, very beginning. It's just a gorgeous deck. And I imagine a few of you watching will have it. It just stole my heart when I saw the edging, the matte gold edging, and the cards themselves are huge. So I'm like, I'm going to just end up throwing these on the floor while I'm shuffling in front of my first video here, but I'll try not to. But just to kind of get a general message for not only the full moon yesterday, but this Pluto-Saturn conjunction, and just something that will help you all on your path. So just seeing what we all need to hear here. 8 of Wands. So right off the bat, if you know tarot, there's a little bit of a message here of fast motion, things kind of happening quickly that you don't expect. I think for some of you, it will mean some things in the next week here that do kind of catch you by surprise. Stay grounded, go with the flow. That's one thing I feel like fighting the energies or trying to craft everything and be very careful, stay very grounded and try to do it all right and try to move through this energy, excuse me, in the most, perfect way you can is not really the goal. The goal is to stay in the flow and to go with it. And I think for some others of you, there's going to be a message that you've been wanting or expecting. There may even be a message you're not expecting, some sort of email, text, or something that will actually shift your life. And I'm feeling for the better. So, but it will change your life a little bit. So that 8 of Wands card. There's also a feeling here of finding an opportunity or shifting in the direction of your passion or what your desire is. What do you desire in your life? Where do you want to go? And that's kind of what I was just speaking to with the energies, because this is a Wands card, and Wands is about our passion. Wands is about what we desire. Wands can even be about our work, what we do, where we feel like. And so I feel like for you this week, there's a message coming through that no matter what happens, whether it's a message coming through from the universe, whether it's something coming in quickly, whether it's an opportunity you didn't see coming, whether it's even a difficult thing that occurs that you have to work through, there really, truly is a repositioning for you to help you find what you truly want in your heart. Like if you dig deep and you go, okay, aside from all the obligations, aside from all the shoulds, aside from all the, like what I think I should be doing or who I think I am, what's really at the core of my heart? What lights me up? And that's been a message I really felt all the way through 2019, and I'm feeling it carry through into 2020. What lights you up? What gives you that feeling in your heart? Like, oh, wow, that's where you want to go. That's what will guide you. So staying in touch with that this week, staying in touch with, it can be as simple as like, wow, I really, really, really feel like, just taking an afternoon and taking a walk, or I feel like, getting a babysitter tonight and watching a movie. Do it. Follow your heart. Sometimes the most mundane things, like I'm going to watch a movie tonight, and then one of the characters in the movie says something that is a message from the universe, and you hold on to that line. I had a really small example, but my son wanted to watch one of his favorite shows, and I was so tired at the end of the day yesterday, and so I put it on for him, and It was just one of his kid shows, but one of the lines, one of the characters said, like, if you keep asking questions, you'll keep getting answers. And it went off like it was amplified. I was like, ah, okay, okay. The universe wants me to keep asking questions. And if I'd sat there and gone, okay, I got to be the good mother, I got to read him a book instead of put on the movie, I wouldn't have heard that, So follow your heart, even when it seems like, well, I shouldn't, the shoulds get us in trouble. So let go of the shoulds. Anyway, my dear friends, I was going to ask if, since this is my first video, if there's any comments on quality or things I can do better. I'm not sure, like, with wearing headphones in the future or earbuds or whatever, if that would help the quality, but you can give me your comments below the video and let me know what you think. I'm going to be trying to improve this and make it as good as I can. So anyway, it's lovely chatting with you, and I'll catch you in the next video.